What's going on, everybody? So I wanted to make a quick video to touch up on some things like current events that's been going on in America, right? My name's Anthony Trullo, and I'm a conservative man myself. And what I'm seeing right now is against what I actually voted for, or at least rooted for. Now, at the time when Trump was running in 2024, wasn't able really to vote. I was like, what, 17, 16? But I was heavily a maga supporter. Coming out to just say I'm against that now. The campaign that I voted for, right? The mandate that I voted for is not happening, right? Or at least it's not happening in the way that I thought it was going to be implemented. So many things has been going on, and it's been 1 year, by the way. And I just gotta get this out of the way because it's just getting me very annoyed. Is that this guy, Donald Trump, campaigned on anti-war, or let's just say peace in the Middle East, right? Peace through strength, however you say it, right? And currently we're not at peace. I don't think we have been, really. We've just been fighting proxy wars. We've been fighting, basically, I'm just going to say this, Israel's war. And I think, honestly, it's a bad idea of us getting dragged into different wars for foreign countries, right? I think the CIA or whoever, whatever, right, needs to get their hands out of the mix because it's not in America's best interest. Now, a lot of you guys are going to be commenting, or at least some of you guys will be commenting, oh, but the national security threats. Let me tell you something. Benjamin Netanyahu said that there was nukes being made in Iran for, since 2002, 2003? Oh, they're 5 years away. 2007 hits. Oh, they're 5 years away. You know what I mean? Patterns like this always occur. I mean, we saw it in Iraq, right? Went in there for weapons of mass destruction, found nothing. Bush covered his ass. Shit like that happens, and then he left us with a horrible economy. I mean, I'm starting to see this pattern now. Look at Trump dragging us into Iran. Economy's getting fucked, especially after the new tariffs being swept. We're billions in debt, right? We're just adding on to our debt that we just don't have money to fix. You know what I mean? So we're just basically letting our U.S. dollar just go down, man. That's why you gotta hold your shit in gold. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is, again, I heard about U.S. faces elevated terrorism threats against the backdrop of Iran war and cuts at FBI Justice Department. Now, that's a big thing. That's a big issue because Iran's like, we're going to send some drones over. We're going to try to cause some public distress. Don't fall for it, guys. No. Iran will never get past our ocean. And if they do, oh my God, they will get blown to smithereens, all right? That's why America hasn't been touched for years. They are not going to touch us. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, though. Gavin Newsom. I'm just joking. Gavin Newsom, right? Not a great governor in my opinion. Never liked him. Never really respected him. I mean, his unemployment rate skyrocketing right now. The economy there is just horrible. I mean, what, $9 for a gallon of gas? And yeah, you guys could argue it's Trump's fault, which it is. I mean, it was a dumb idea, with the Strait of Hormuz. And I honestly think Iran's just going to keep hitting our ships because they know that's like the only thing they got by their balls with is our oil supply. Because, as we all know, that's what America loves wars about, right? Is that fucking oil. It's that fucking oil. Gotta love the oil. But anyway, yeah. What I think we are doing right now in Iran is a big mistake. And it's going to lead... Because, honestly, I think Iran's just... look. None of you guys don't have to like Charlie Kirk. But he did say one thing, and I'm going to quote it. Iran, if they're at their back foot, right? If they are cornered... not exactly his words, but if they're cornered, right? Their supreme leader just got killed. Their newly appointed supreme leader got killed. And now the son got wounded. Excuse me. They're going to make this into a regional conflict. They already are. They bombed Qatar. They bombed the UAE. They bombed, Bahrain. They bombed all of these Middle Eastern countries. Iran's trying to get the whole world mixed in this because they know that if they're by themselves, they're fucked. They're done. They're not going to win this war by themselves. And that's what's worrying me, especially with the 20% of our world's oil going through there. Everybody knows about that now, but I knew that from before, right? And not only that, but even the gas prices are just going to get even worse. Look, we're going into our funds right now, our reserves. When Trump's saying drill, baby, drill, we're not really doing that, to be honest. We're just going into our emergency funds, and it's tanking our economy. Not gonna lie. I mean, short term. What do they say? All the media sources always say this: short term pain, long term gain. What gain? What gain are we getting? I mean, I'm 18 right now, and I'm afraid of the future, right? I'm afraid I might not be able to own a home when I get older. I might have to apply for a fucking mortgage and pay it off for 50, 60 years. And I think any of you guys watching this don't want that to happen. I mean, I'm sorry, but you guys got to speak up more about this, because it can't just be one person. It can't just be a group of people, all right? And on top of that, we got to stop fighting against each other, all right? The only shit we'll get, only time we'll get shit done, is when Democrats and Republicans work together. I mean, it's just how it is, bipartisanship. It's the most important thing for the world, and it's a big thing we got to get through. But anyway, that's my take on Iran. Big mistake, and I honestly think it's just going to cause more public distress and dividing against the people, because a lot of people are going to be for the war and against the war, or however. But my biggest thing that Trump did was Trump signed an executive order, right, aimed at addressing home affordability ahead of the midterms, right? But I don't really see it, right? Because a key issue for many voters going into the November's election is for the control of the House and the Senate, right? So under that first order, the federal government would reduce its own housing regulatory burdens and create incentives, right, for best practices by state and local governments, with the goal of making it easier for buildings or builders to construct more homes. And then the second order he signed was to reduce the regulatory burdens tied to mortgages and make it easier for smaller community banks to provide home loans. I'm not against that, honestly. I think that's good from what I was saying earlier. But come on, man. You can't be just doing one thing. And on top of that, you might draft us. You might send us into a war. I don't know. I could be sent into a war. I mean, I'm 18, dude. I'm fresh. I'm fresh out the fucking system, bro. They're looking at me like, ooh, he's looking good. I mean, I was an athlete. All right. That was low-key cringy. I'm going to get rid of that. But yeah, I mean, look, the executive orders obtained by the Associated Press, that's what I'm reading off of, Trump administration is seeking to put more of a policy emphasis on the importance of home ownership. Alrighty? Housing affordability has emerged as fundamental political challenge for Democrats and Republicans alike, with lawmakers working on measures to show they're responding to concerns that buying a first home has become difficult for middle-class families. And that I can say is correct. It has been extremely difficult. And it's unfortunate. I feel like a lot of people should deserve more for their money and deserve more for their hard work. And I think really what the government's doing for us right now, it's just not cutting. It's not cutting the check. And I hate to mention this, but also what we're seeing with ICE, dude. I mean, so far they calmed down, but in January, man, they were going on a horrible run. I mean, a horrible generational run. That's what actually put the nail in the coffin for my support for Trump. And especially for that bitch, Kristi Noem. Fuck her. I'm sorry. I'm going to say that out loud. Fuck Kristi Noem. She's a bitch. Never liked her. Actually was surprised that she was appointed that position, because she shouldn't have. Just like Pam Bondi. I don't fucking support her or respect her at all. I think she's been a horrible person for that position of the security as well. I honestly, why the fuck do we have Pam Bondi, a person that can't even recognize Epstein survivors, right? That, by the way, she's covering her boss's ass because her boss was actually in the fucking files, and they want to redact it and take things off and try to say, oh, well, this didn't happen. I wasn't in it. Bull fucking shit. You know you were in there. And on top of that, everybody else knows you were in there. Everybody else. And then when you got these other politicians like Bill Clinton and fucking Hillary Clinton trying to sit there and say, oh, we didn't do it. We didn't do it. Shut the fuck up, bro. We saw so many pictures of you. It's it's plain obvious at this point. They're just covering their tracks. Politicians don't give a fuck about you. They care about covering their own asses and getting their own benefit. Why do you think we're not seeing anything change? We need new people, we need new faces, and we definitely need better partnership between Democrats and Republicans, because what we're happening right now is we're just slowly drifting apart. And when we keep drifting apart, we're going to lose that connection and it's going to sever. And bang, we're going to go to war with each other. That's how civil war starts. Is through slow separation. You keep going away from each other, and bang, then you fight. That's what happens. And if you keep fighting, it's going to turn into conflict. Conflict turns into violence. That's what happens. People lose their connection through human connection. It's going to turn into war. I mean, that's why we fought Iran. I mean, look, we tried to do as much last-ditch efforts. We did as much as we could. They were given some things that a lot of people didn't agree with, and American diplomats didn't agree with, right? Or the administration didn't agree with. War happened. War happens, dude. That's what happens. When people can't talk and negotiate, war is going to happen. That means that your government was unsuccessful. So, when the war with Iran started, that means that the government was unsuccessful and actually properly being diplomatic. That's a problem. Now, Iran, it's kind of hard, especially with the Ayatollah regime, because they have their own agenda as well. And by all means, I don't like Iran. I like the Iranian people, and honestly, this is a big moment for them. I honestly think they should come out and fucking take their country back. That I can agree with. But regime change isn't going to be that easy, right? You got to go in there from bottom up. That's why I'm saying, because Trump's considering regime change, but we saw how that went in 1979, right? We put the Shah in, he was sick, very unpopular, and people already didn't really want him there. Then that paved the way for the Ayatollah to come in, and now we have this mess that we started. So, do I think another regime change is going to do the trick? No. Could we get lucky? Maybe it works. Possibly. But, I mean, based off of based off the past, right? The history, it's not going to work out. I think our best thing to do is to keep bombing the shit out of them. Look, we already took that first step, right? And I said before the first strike, I said, dude, we gotta talk about this, try to get a last ditch deal in, because this is not going to be good. Now that we shot that first shot, well, Israel shot the first shot, right? Israel shot the first shot. I know I'm such a goy, but it's true though. They shot the first shot while our ships were coming out, and then we immediately followed up after, and then Khamenei or whatever fucking died first day. I'm not gonna lie, I low-key found that kind of funny. Bro longed for this war forever, talking to his people for 47 years, or however long he was in power for, fucking dies the first day, bro. Like, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, that kind of probably feels like the first person to die in Fortnite. Just get 200 pumped, just get killed in an artillery strike. I mean, shit, look, he had what was coming. He was killing his own people for years and years, and not letting women actually have their own freedom and fucking walk around the streets without getting, like, shot at because they didn't wear their hijab. Like, shit like that, you know? But, look, I feel like, because I just want to make this video just to, like, explain to people that I'm not a Trump supporter anymore. And a lot of people don't understand the difference between conservatism and republicanism, right? There's a big difference, right? So you guys just gotta understand that. I mean, I try to explain my views. I try explaining my values, at least on the war. There's a lot more issues that I would have to go through in different videos, because I can't be here for 4 hours. But, you know, I just wanted to let y'all know that we gotta work together as a team, as a society. We gotta stop this shit, bro, because I feel it in the air. And I knew this shit was gonna happen long before it did. I knew this shit was gonna happen probably September. And then when we hit up Venezuela, I knew immediately, all right, Trump's going after Iran next, because then he was like, all right, people rise up, people were protesting, and he said, yo, if you're gonna shoot on your own people, we're gonna come in. And look the fuck we did, we came in. We came in hard and heavy, and we're still coming in hard and heavy. But yeah, we gotta get our shit together, America. It takes all of us. All right, I want all y'all to listen up. Stop being afraid of speaking up. For real. This video might get 0 views, might get 1, might get 2. Who knows? But I'm just making this solely for you guys. We gotta get our shit together. But anyways, cheers to the first episode. Be many more. There'll be many, many more. God bless you. God bless America. Peace out.